Hey guys, it's Michelle. I went and saw Paper Towns this week, which was incredible. As you all know, Paper Towns is the book written by the freaking Renaissance man, John Green, who is incredibly talented and amazing. Now, I actually finished the book pretty recently, actually. I know, fake fan, whatever. But I actually listened to it as an audiobook, and don't worry, this is not about to be an Audible plug or anything like that because I'm not cool enough to do one of those. And so I loved it as an audiobook. It was really long, but I feel like it was a great story overall, and the character development was really amazing. And so I was really, really excited to watch the movie and kind of see how that portrays from book to movie, because the adaptations from movies and books are really hit or miss nowadays, just because Hollywood kind of, you know, tries to put its own thing on it. And I thought that they did a really, really good job of casting this movie. I feel like all the characters that I saw in my head were kind of as they were in the movie. So let's talk about Bae number one, which is Nat Wolff. Like, Baesen's freaking Naked Brothers band. I freaking love him. And he did an amazing job as Q. I really think that he kind of understood what Q, like, his personality and kind of how he feels about the world and his outlook on the world, and I think he did a really, really good job on that. And then Cara Delevingne, who I know a lot of people were really skeptical about when they heard that she had got casted as Margot, but I think she did a really good job. I feel like if anyone was kind of like meant to play this part as someone who, she really is kind of like that in real life. I feel like she's really outgoing and she kind of sees the world differently than everyone else, just like Margot does. So I thought she did an awesome job. I know it's kind of, some people feel differently about her, but I think she did amazing, and I think her American accent was pretty good too. So how the story portrayed from book to movie was very different for me. I don't know if it was either that the book was really, really long or that the movie cut out a lot of stuff in the book, because I feel like the book went into detail a lot more, whereas the movie kind of skimmed over things, whether that was like about characters or storyline or like certain things that maybe like if you hadn't read the book, like it wouldn't have made as much sense. Not like in a totally like story changing kind of way, but just like little details, something like that. I feel like the whole beginning, like the first maybe like 20 minutes of the movie were really accurate to how the book was represented, like the backstory of Robert Joyner to then Revenge Night, all of that was really, really well played out, and I really liked that. But then it changed. I want to say it was maybe around Jace's party. Like, I feel like it took a turn to make it a little bit more of a movie setting, like a start, middle, end. And I get that it's an adaptation, and an adaptation is not just like cut and paste from book to screen. Like they took out things and they switched things around, so it made a little bit more sense, because I agree that some things in the book didn't make as much sense. So some of the things that I liked about the adaptation was like the little things. Like, I like that Angela went on the road trip with them. I also really, really loved the Pokemon theme song that they did in the mini mall, and it was just hilarious. And another really, really funny part was the special cameo that was in the gas station on the road trip. I'm not gonna spoil it if you haven't seen it yet, but I was the only person that squealed in the movie theater when I saw that, because it was just completely unexpected, and I found it so, so funny. And kudos to whoever's idea it was to bring that special person in as a cameo. Now, some of the things about the adaptation that I didn't like as much was, one, they didn't even break into SeaWorld. Like, and I get that because maybe SeaWorld's kind of controversial now, so they didn't kind of want to bring attention to it, but I thought that part was really cute. But I like that they took the slow dancing part from SeaWorld and put it in the part when they're in the SunTrust building. So I like that because that part is kind of like a nice moment between Q and Margot. Another thing I wasn't really a fan of is the fact that they made prom such a central focus. Like, oh, we need to get back in time for prom. Oh, I really need to go to prom. Oh, prom this, prom that. Like, prom was not important in the book at all, and I like that. I like that Q didn't go to prom. I like that prom was kind of brushed over because it's not that important. Trust me, I've been to prom. It's not that great. Like, it made it, in a sense, slightly more cliche by making it, oh, we need to get back in time for prom. Like, I don't know. Something else I didn't like was that when they finally found Margot and Aglo, that it wasn't in the way that I liked it in the book, where, you know, they find her in the barn and there's like this huge argument and this like battle. I really liked that because it kind of exposed how Margot has changed and how they've changed and how they perceived each other differently. I liked that. Whereas in the movie, it's like they didn't even get to see her. Like only Q saw her and he like randomly ran into her. Like basically I liked it, that part specifically in the book better than in the movie, just because it seemed a little bit more real. Whereas in the movie, it seemed too much like a movie. Like you wouldn't have known. It's not even her same hair color. Like you wouldn't have known it was her. I don't know. It's just that part. Like, and then like they leave without him, and he takes the bus home, and then gets back in time for prom. Like I don't know. It wasn't cliche in the fact that, you know, they didn't end up together. They did kiss, but like, you know, just fine, because Q and Margot kiss real in the book too. But I don't know. The end, I liked it. I thought it was good closure. I thought it was like a good, you know, like overall picture type of thing, but I'm gonna say it, I liked it better in the book. So overall, I like the book and I like the movie, and I basically like them as separate entities, not as much as like them together, just because they're so different and you kind of interpret them differently. But I liked them a lot. I thought that they were well made, and like the movie was well made and well casted, and everything looked really great, and the story still portrayed itself in the movie as it should have in the book. And just a side note, I know that John said that his cameo made it in the movie, and I couldn't find it for the life of me. I literally had to Google after the movie where John's cameo was, and I figured it out, and it was like completely like not even a cameo. Like that does not count as a cameo, John Green, and you know it. But at least I know when I watch the movie again, because I definitely will, just, you know, get a better idea of it and kind of watch it, see how my opinion changes, that I will look out for his actual cameo. So basically, to put it on a rating system, I think I will rate Paper Towns the movie as maybe 8 Black Santas out of 10. I feel like that's a fair number. I feel like it was really good and I really liked it, but there were some things that maybe I wasn't crazy about. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed this week's video. If you do, make sure to give it a thumbs up and comment down below if you have seen Paper Towns, or if you've read Paper Towns, if you love John Green, anything. I want to know your guys' opinions. We can have a cool little debate about it. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I love you lots, and I'll see you next time. Bye!